I'll say it is high. Maximum what can happen to me hang also. Ready for that. Hare Krishna, good evening to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Just ready, bro? Can all of you see the screen? Ellaru ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Can everybody see the screen? Okay. So anybody remembers what we discussed in the last class? Nobody remembers. Hare Krishna, we can have gossip later. We'll have a separate session for gossip. Okay, good. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for another session. Today we'll be covering chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita as it is. ಯಥಾರೂಪ ಇವತ್ತು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ 5ನೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಇನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್? ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗ. Sorry, one ನಿಮಿಷ. I think presentation is off. If you touch over here. Oh. Presentation is off.
You can go back little, don't touch the wire. And just lose connection.
Okay. Clear? Audible? Okay. So what is the chapter?
Karma Yoga.
Karma means action.
Action.
Yeah. So that is there here. Action in Krishna consciousness. Okay. So in the previous chapter, what did we discuss? This is the summary. In screen link there. That is the summary what we discussed in the previous session. Okay. Can anybody say whatever we discussed? This was discussed in the last class. Does anybody remember? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹೋದ್ಸತಿ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ? Correct. Eternal education. Point number one. Eternal education. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ EARS ಅಂತ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇರೋದು ಎಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಇವಾಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಎಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತಿರೋದು ಎಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ದೆನ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಓದಿ ಮರ್ತ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಓದಿ ಮರ್ತ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. Okay.
That is only for this life.
That is only for this life. Okay. Then what else? Sometimes, if the life is short, it may not even be enough for this life. Because sometimes what happens, we are studying in school. Like I had my own friend, classmate, in second PUC. He was my very best friend, and he passed away. It was just a tragic accident. His father was a editor of a big newspaper in Karnataka, and usually the very powerful family. He comes from a very powerful family background, but unfortunately, he met with an accident and died at the age of 19. So when I was in college, it was a very tragic news because we both used to go to college together, but we had some kind of 1 week before or 2 weeks before, we had some kind of argument. Not argument, you can say some kind of more than discussion. It was some kind of what do you say, difference of opinion. And unfortunately, for 1 week we were not in contact, and in that 1 week he passed away. And it was a shock of my life because my friend came to my house and he said that his name was Abhijit. So he said Abhijit passed away, and till that time, I have not heard any of my classmates passing away. So it was my first experience. It was a shock for me that my best friend, that too, he passed away, and I didn't know how to react because 1 week we have not spoken, and in that 1 week this happened when we were very close friends. When we were really talking to each other on daily basis. That time nothing happened, and all of a sudden when 1 week we stopped discussing, and in that week he passes away. That was like a shock for me. I couldn't recover from that shock for some time. Even today I'm remembering it after so many years, because that shock remains in my mind that if there's something that I could have done for him, it would have been such a it would have been I would have been feeling better today. But unfortunately it happened like that. So why I'm saying this is, we don't know how long we are going to live. So within the time frame that we have, the limited time that we have, it is better that we build relationships rather than break relationships. So once in one of the offices that I was working, after resigning, there was some full and final settlement. ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಮನಿ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಲೇಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್. So I waited 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and after some time, I wrote a very nasty mail. I said, it is because you're testing my patience. So far, this has not been settled. So the head of that, in the sense, the head of the function which I was working for, he called me personally, and he said, Ratish, we didn't expect that you will send an email like this. I said, so I said, yeah, even I was not expecting that, to settle a very small amount, you take so many months and so many reminders. I've been replying politely, but over a period of time, it was not happening. So I thought, let me send a nasty email. Maybe I may get some attention. And it happened. I got that attention. And he called me. He called me and he said, I never expected this. I said, even I never expected. Then he said, I have an advice for you. I still remember, full and final settlement is aside, but he gave me advice. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ನನಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Simple. He just said, Ratish, never burn bridges. You use a bridge to cross point A to point B, but after crossing, don't burn it. Or even before crossing, don't burn it, because it is going to harm you. You may think that, oh, yeah, that was in my initial stages of my working career. So that, adrenaline rush was there. But what happened is I learned a good lesson. Over a period of time, I learned that you never burn bridges, never burn relationships. It is very important. Okay, so eternal education is something which, like the word says, eternal. It stays with us forever. Okay, this body also will not stay with us forever. But the education that we get while we are in this body, That has to stay with us forever. That is called eternal education. Okay. So spiritual education is eternal education or temporary education? Eternal education. Sure. Okay. And what you're studying in college, is it eternal education or temporary education? Temporary. Why? Why? Yeah. To some extent, yes, it does not stay. As long as we are in this body, it stays with us, it helps us. But the moment we leave this body, it is of no use. So we have to understand that we have to pass on this knowledge to others because it is eternal, it is not temporary, and it benefits everyone. This knowledge benefits everyone. For example, somebody has studied in the field of medicine, it benefits for his particular activity. But if you're doing something which benefits everyone, because, for example, you studied finance, somebody else studied something else, arts, somebody studied science, somebody studied, I mean, in science, you have multiple disciplines, somebody did engineering. So each of us have done something for us to lead a life. But that is not eternal education. Eternal education is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. In the previous chapter, you all have read. What is that verse? Anybody remembers? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalene mahata yogo nashtaparantapa. Krishna is saying that I have given this knowledge many years back. I gave this knowledge to whom? Vivaswan, the sun god. And over a period of time, this knowledge was lost. So now I have come back to give this knowledge once again. To whom? Arjuna. So now, are we all recipients of this knowledge? Yes or no? So we should all feel happy that the knowledge which was given by Krishna to Arjuna, we are able to hear now. That is called eternal education. Accurate understanding. What is your idea of accurate understanding? Accurate understanding, which means there are many spiritualists who say that you follow any path, it will lead to that same destination. You go to any god, it will lead to the same destination. You go to any ministry, it will lead to the prime minister. Is it possible? For example, you have some financial problem, and if you go to the what do you say, public works department, and say that I have financial problem, will it help? You have electricity problem, you go to the Bangalore water supply BWSSB and say that sir, I have this problem in the electricity board. Will they really help? No. Please go to the right department. So how is it possible that I go to any god and I'll reach the same destination? It is not possible. So we have to have that accurate understanding. That is why it's called accurate understanding. Accurate understanding means I should know whom should I approach for what. Okay. For example, you want rain, so you can approach Varunadev, or you can approach Indra. Indra is the god of heavens. So you can approach Indradev, or you can approach Varunadev, the lord of water bodies. But if you go and you approach Agni for water, will you get water? No. So similarly, when the Govardhan Leela was happening, Krishna told that you should not worship Indra, but you should worship whom? He told the residents of Vrindavan that you stop worshipping Indra. Whom should you worship? Govardhan. He said, because of Govardhan, all your cows are getting nourished. All of us are getting rains because of this hill which is here. So we should all worship Govardhan Parvat, because that Govardhan Parvat nourishes all of us. And Indra's anger was destroyed because of this Leela. So we have to understand that all paths don't lead to the same destination. Like all of you came to this temple or the center, you cannot take any road. You have to take one particular route to reach this destination. Okay. So similarly, there are other things which are accurate understanding. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that who is the person who gets relieved from all sins? Can anybody say who is the person who gets relieved from all sins? No, Krishna gets relieved from all sins. Who is the person who gets relieved from all sins? Devotee, yes, but devotee with what understanding? Okay. Thinking Krishna is supreme, he will be relieved from all miseries. Okay. Then Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam. This particular verse, anybody knows? So whoever knows that Krishna's appearance and disappearance, Krishna's pastimes performed here are transcendental, he gets freedom from all miseries. Those who know that Krishna's activities are transcendental, Krishna does not take a body like us. Krishna may be appearing to you in a body which is made of matter like us, but Krishna appears in his divine transcendental form. So those who understand that Krishna appears in his original transcendental form as it is. That's why the Bhagavad Gita is given as it is. So Krishna also appears in his original transcendental form. Anybody who has doubt in this will have to take multiple births. Again and again, he has to take birth. So that's why it is said that Krishna has eternal form. When Krishna performs his pastimes, he is not taking temporary forms. So this is accurate understanding. Okay. Similarly, some people have disputes on caste system. They say that caste system is not allowed. Correct. Now we have to understand what is the accurate understanding of caste system as per Bhagavad Gita. So what does the Bhagavad Gita say about caste system? Varnashrama. So what is the purpose of Varnashrama? Varnashrama is Varna and Ashrama. There are 4 Varnas and there are 4 Ashramas. Which are the 4 Varnas?
Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra.
Okay. And ashramas, which are the ashramas? Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Okay. So depending on each individual's mentality, depending on each individual's personality, a particular work has been allotted to him. It happens in our offices also. Can you ask a software developer to go and stand in the gate, do a security guard's job? Will they say, you're a very good software developer, you should stand at the gate? Will they do that? No. Somebody is very good in drawing. We'll say that you don't draw. You go and play cricket. So you should understand that as per his inclination, a particular work has been given to him. So a Brahmana is good in what? He is good in giving knowledge to the society. That's why in our Vedic tradition, there used to be this ABCD, which everybody used to follow. What is that ABCD? A for apple, B for ball. No. So the ABCD, yes, A for association, B for books, C for chanting, D for diet. That is also ABCD. But there is in the Vedic culture, there used to be ABCD. A for absolute personality. Means we accept Krishna as a supreme personality. So A stands for that. I've just made a note of it. We accept the absolute truth. What is the absolute truth? Absolute truth is Krishna is the supreme. Why? Why Krishna is the supreme? Why not anybody else? Because Krishna himself declares that he is supreme. He says, I'm Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Pitaham Asya Jahato. There are so many verses, hundreds of verses. Brahma says that. Ishvara Paramakrishna. Shiva says that. So everybody is pointing out, all the great sages, all the Sampradaya Acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, everybody said that Krishna is supreme. So we accept Krishna as supreme. We don't debate. There are some things which is beyond law, beyond debates. For example, you can keep debating. I can debate that A is not A, the alphabet A. You can say that A for apple. I'll say no, A is not apple. B for apple. There is no logic to that. I can keep debating. There is no use. But we have to accept, when the acharyas are giving, we have to accept. One is ABCD of spiritual education is Vedic education. ABCD. Okay? So when you are teaching your children, instead of A for apple, B for ball, you can say A for absolute truth. Absolute truth is Krishna himself. Then B is Brahmanas, the people who used to give education. From where should we get knowledge? We should get knowledge from the people who are already having knowledge. So Brahmanas were in the position of giving knowledge. So we spoke about the 4 Varnas, Varnashrama. Okay. So in the Varnashrama, the Ashramas are Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. And the Varnas are Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. So Brahmanas are in the profession of giving knowledge, giving education. Okay. Then Brahmanas, Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas in the position of protecting. Protecting what? Protecting the culture. Dharma. Dharma has to be protected. Country will exist if there is dharma. So the dharma has to be protected, which is done by Kshatriyas. Vaishyas are business class. There are so many things which are needed for the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas to operate. For example, weapons are needed. Kshatriyas are good in warfare. But what about the weapons? Who will arrange for that? Vaishyas, business class, they arrange for that. The mercantile class, they arrange for all these things. The necessary requirements are provided by Vaishyas. And Shudras, just making manufacturing is enough. Somebody should be there to operate also. So Shudra is not low class. Actually, they assist everyone. But based on their intelligence, say for example, all of you are using mobile. How many of you know to make mobile? How many of you know to manufacture mobile? How many of you know how the mobile functions? Like for example, you are looking at something. You have to call me on my phone. Okay? So you have to press some number. And you are just touching your screen and then you're selecting my name. Correct? You're searching for my name, touching the screen and calling me. Behind what happens? There is some software. It is giving an indication that, okay, you have to call this number. E number karibeko. Okay. Then it has to connect to the mobile tower. From there, you have to connect to the person whom you are trying to reach. Okay. So what is happening? There are a series of activities which are happening. Okay. If I ask a person who is not intelligent enough to design the system, will you be able to design? So there should be a person with intelligence to design that system. There should be a person who will use the system. So similarly, the Shudras are working class. Like they will enable, for example, you ask them to build a, somebody has to build a temporary structure or a permanent structure like this, like a building. So the Shudras, the working class should be there so that I can build that particular structure. Yes or no? Or only the manufacturers will be there. There will be people manufacturing windows. There will be people manufacturing fans, but nobody to fit. Is it okay? Yeah. So the presence of Shudras are also very important. And Shudras are required because their intelligence may not be very much highly developed, but they are good in working. They are good in doing the activities. That is why each one has been given a particular role. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. All are required in the society. That is why divisions are there. Okay. But nowadays there is a lot of reservation and things like that. And reservation is based on, actually, it should be a merit-based system. But some few people have been given reservation. But the people who give reservation themselves don't take medicines from those. For example, somebody is a doctor. He has got a seat in a reserved category, in a reservation. And the politician who facilitates this particular reservation, he himself does not go and take treatment from that person. He himself goes abroad or goes to some extraordinary 5-star hospital, private hospital. And who operates in those hospitals? Those are doctors who have got great marks. They have done really well in their education. They are highly qualified. They have spent a lot of money to get their degrees. They've worked very hard and then they come to that position. So we have to understand that there is discrimination in one way, but at the same time, the people who are discriminating, they don't apply logic. All they want to do is they want to capture, they have some hidden agenda, some motive. So they just drive that motive. That's all. Okay. So the accurate understanding, I was saying that, in the Vedic tradition, it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Correct? So A is what? Absolute truth. B is Brahmanas. C is what? C means cows. He used to worship cows. Whichever country worships cows, they would not have any shortage. Actually, if you see currently in the world scenario, India is very in a peaceful situation. If you compare to the other countries, there are a lot of disturbances in every country. Within the countries itself, a lot of things are happening. But at least in India, we have some time to do tapasya. All of us are able to gather here, remember the Lord. Imagine if you're sitting in Afghanistan or you're sitting in Gaza and you're trying to chant Hare Krishna. Is it possible? It's not easy, very tough. So you have got an opportunity here because here cows are still worshipped. This is the land of cows. That's why Krishna is called what? Gopala. Gopala. So similarly, A, B, C is done. Now D. D is what? Devatas. Whenever the rain does not come, even now, when it does not rain, the government does some special puja, correct? So that they do some special offer prayers so that it rains. So people know that there is a higher power. You can do some cloud seeding, go on the sky, put some chemicals and try to bring some rain. That will not work. How many times will you go on the sky? How much cloud seeding will you do? There will be a limit. But if you just pray to the Devata who's in charge of water and he can shower the rains in no time, you don't have to do any seeding, no spending of money, just chanting some mantras and praying, requesting to that higher power who's in charge of that particular department, automatically you will get rain. Okay. So A, B, C, D. D is what? Devatas. Okay. A is what? Absolute truth. B is what? Brahmanas. C is cows. D is Devatas. And E is etiquettes. How we behave with children, how we behave with equals, like friends, how we behave with elders, how we behave with teachers. So these etiquettes were also taught. With everybody, you cannot behave the same. Correct? How you have to behave with your teacher? Will you behave like that with a child? Or if the way you behave with a child? For example, for a child, just to have fun, you may just knock the head of the child. Can you do that with your teacher? You will get a slap. So you have to be, that etiquette was very well taught in the Vedic tradition. Nowadays, even to call our, we don't even know, many of the children, if you ask, they don't know how to call their relatives. Like everybody is uncle, everybody is an auntie in English. But in each of our languages, we had some particular name for each person in the family. There was a particular title we used to give them. But nowadays, uncle, auntie, somebody is elder to us, sometimes not even elder, but uncle and auntie is easy, convenient. Sometimes bro, the new terminology, bro. Brother also is a short form now, everything is getting cut.
Sir, also using bro.
Huh.
My daughter.
Everybody, that's what I'm saying. So as Kali Yuga passes, you'll have different terminologies. And uncles and aunties and all are no more called uncle and auntie. They are called by name only. So you can see that etiquette is not followed. In the Vedic system, there was clear etiquette. When somebody comes to your house, nowadays they don't even offer water. Sometimes they don't even offer water. They say, come, they make them stand at the door. Ask, tell me what you want. Beware of dogs. You see outside the house, there is a board, beware of dogs. Because they want you to be, think twice before you enter the house. So they'll put one, there may be no dogs. but they'll put a board, beware of dogs. So that you be alert. So once I was trying to enter a house, the board was beware of dogs. So I was standing outside and and I was waiting for my friend to come down. Then he said, it's okay, you come. I said, no, there is a dog. There was really a dog. This time there was a dog. Okay, it was not that time. Beware of dogs in the board, and there was a dog also inside. I could see one German Shepherd inside. Big, heavy dog. So I didn't want to enter. By mistake, if it bites, yaro treatment, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, Hare Krishna. So I didn't want to enter. So my friend said, you come, nothing will happen. The dog will not bite. I said, see, you know that the dog will not bite. But does the dog know that it should not bite? Dog is not chanting, no, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It does not have mind control. Maybe it is mad. It may think that this is some new fellow who is trying to enter my house and I should attack. If the dog thinks like that, then what will you do? So I said, you please come down. Let the dog see its owner and then I'll come. Okay? So why did I say this? Etiquette is very important. This is not part of etiquette. This is just an example I gave. But I'm saying earlier, and people used to treat people with respect. When you see an elderly gentleman, you used to pay obeisances, you used to fold your hands, you used to speak politely. Nowadays, you see people are thrashing elderly people, kicking parents, killing parents, forget kicking, hitting, kicking, killing, everything is happening. And it is happening in a small scale. In future, it will happen in large scale because children who are produced now by parents, they are all in tamoguna, rajoguna. People feel that I have to get married and I should have 2 children or 3 children or 10 children. But I don't want to, I'm not thinking that when I get married and when I have children, I should have cultured children. That nobody is thinking. Because etiquettes are not given in the society. Okay. Similarly, the cows that we maintain today, they are nothing but they are maintained for income source. More than, it is not that somebody is doing with, few sections of the society are there who do it out of will that, I have to protect cows. I don't expect anything in return. There are some people and they are also taking care of, see, cow gives milk only when it is pregnant. After that, the cow, in case the cow is not able to conceive and not able to produce a child, there is no milk. Then what will you do with the cow? Send it to slaughterhouse? Nowadays, it has become like that. You don't even send it to slaughterhouse. In the night, you just leave it free. Already there is some arrangement with the slaughterhouse. They come and take it and go. And they'll pay. So all these things are happening. And people have caught, you would have seen in YouTube and all that people were caught stealing cows. Actually, it is not stealing cows. That cow is no more able to give milk. And it is a burden to the farmer who's keeping the cow. So instead of transporting, they leave the cow free. And when the cow is roaming for free, somebody comes and kidnaps, and all that arrangement has been done from the background. So all these things are happening. Okay. Why? Because there is no etiquette. You say, go mata, cow is considered as mother. Do you sell your mother when she becomes useless? Do you send your mother to slaughterhouse, telling you cut and make meat? Do you do that? Because all of us will become mother. Everybody is a mother here, right? When there is a father, there will also be a mother. In every family, there is a mother. Maybe mother is young, just married and she became mother. But after 30, 40 years, she'll become old mother. Correct? She'll become old. So when she becomes old, will she be okay to go to slaughterhouse? So we have to be very careful. This is why etiquettes are very important. Okay. Then after that, in any situation, for example, you are in a miserable condition in your life, you are suffering. What is the first thing you will do when you are suffering? You have some disease, for example, and it is a doctor has said that 10 days left, 1 month left. Example, you went to some doctor. Okay. Then what else will you do? You are in very bad condition, very bad health condition. You are not able to get up from bed. When you got up, you got a bad catch. What will you do first?
Go near God.
Right. Okay. Then what else will you do? We call 108. Amma. Okay. Amma. Okay. Somebody will call Amma. Then what else? Some of you, have you got dream that you're falling from the hill or falling from somewhere from the bed? Have you got that kind of dream? And when you wake up, what is the sound you make? You will wake up because of that sound, correct? What is the sound you made? Did you say Krishna? Amma, Appa, Aku. You will have some special sound, special effects. That's Ayyo, Ammo, Appo, something. Okay. That shows your consciousness. If you are saying Krishna, the first thing you have to do is pray to the Lord. The Lord will make arrangement for doctor also because he'll give you the intelligence. See, if you are sick, your mind has to still function, right? If you are not feeling well, your head has to still function. Your intelligence has to still function. Correct? Who gives the intelligence? Who gives the remembrance? Krishna says, what? Krishna says that I give remembrance, intelligence, remembrance, and forgetfulness. What is that verse? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. This is not just a memorization. Somebody said that, I will mug up all 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, I'll become a preacher. Mugging up and becoming preacher is okay. But the point is, at the time of death, your mugging up will not help. 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, you can mug up. Like, for example, a small child. Parrot also will mug up. You see, how many of you have seen parrots? If you ask a parrot to talk, some of the parrots talk also. Appa, Amma, whatever you teach, it will teach. Hare Krishna also it will say. But it will take some time. Over a period of time, what happens? It learns to pronounce whatever you say. But when the critical situation comes at the time of death, will you be able to remember Krishna? That is why we are giving training now. Art of dying. Art of living plus art of dying happens in ISKCON. ISKCON teaches art of living plus art of dying. How to die. How to be fixed in your consciousness at the time of death. Okay. So etiquettes are very important. Then flee to the Lord. A, B, C, D, E, F. F means you flee to the Lord. Means whenever any situation comes, any situation, you are happy, also go to the Lord. Thank Him. Like she is writing some exam. She got first rank in the state. She will, yes, come on, I'll celebrate. Let's go to some hotel party. No, first thing you have to do is you thank the Lord. Because so many incidents happened before that. You went to the examination hall because you have strength in your body. You went to the examination hall. There was no rain. There was no tsunami. Your building didn't collapse. Your examination paper was not stolen. Somebody didn't kidnap you. So many things happened. And then you wrote the exam. While writing the exam, you had strength to hold the pen. You had intelligence to write the answers. You were able to analyze the questions. You were able to remember what you learned. So many things are happening in the background for you to pass one exam. And at the end of the day, you become first in the exam. Then what do you do? Yeah, because of my capability, I became number one in the state. Very happy. Let's celebrate. Party. Come on. Yes. But you didn't remember because of Lord, the intelligence He gave you, the remembrance He gave you. And He gave you the strength. He gave you the facilities. And then you succeeded. Also your karma. What karma actions you have done in the past. Not everybody succeeds. Some of them fail. But if you have this right understanding, some people when they fail, they commit suicide for what? Because they don't have spiritual education. They feel that this is the best education. Means if I don't get a degree here, if I don't pass in this exam, then my life is waste. I don't have any purpose to exist. So let me commit suicide. No. That's why the caste system was very well established. That, everybody is not forced to do engineering. Now what is happening? There is no Chaturvarna Maya system. There is no Brahmana Kshatriya. Now Brahmana is pushed to become Shudra. Go and study engineering and go to XYZ company and work as a software engineer. Brahmana also. Forced. He may be very good Brahmana, but he is forced to work in XYZ company. I can't tell the company name, it's live on YouTube. Prabhu was telling that, this class is live on YouTube, so you should be very careful. I said, maximum what can happen? You can get hanged. Okay. But still, you have to be sensitive. What I'm saying is, nowadays Brahmana is also forced to become Shudra. That's why in Kali Yuga, there is a terminology, Kalo Shudra Sambhava. Everybody is Shudra in Kali Yuga. Because the mentality is, hey, you know what? He's going to software company and earning 3 lakhs per month. Let us all go to software engineer and earn engineering company. Let us all go to the software company and earn 3 lakhs per month. And with 3 lakhs per month, I'm very happy. And you look at that person's face, no smile. You have to give some shock treatment to give one smile. Give him such a constipated look for a person earning 3 lakhs per month. No happiness. Some people, they have lots of property, but no smile on the face. No relationships. If you see in the family, every relationship is broken. Every dharma is broken. Every rule in the book is broken to be happy. But ultimately, are you getting happiness? No happiness. Okay? That's why etiquettes also matter. So what are the A, B, C, D, E, F, G? A for absolute truth. B for brahmanas. C for cows. D for devatas. E for etiquettes. F for flee. You go to the Lord. When there is a tough situation, you have to go to the Lord. Okay? And then G, E, F, G. G is for you to practice spirituality, you should be in the mode of goodness. Sattva guna. This is very important. See, onion grows below the ground. Okay? There are many traditions where they don't eat foodstuffs which are grown below the ground. Beetroot also grows below. Carrot also grows below. Now, what and all will you give up? What and all will you give up? Everything you can't give up. So, but in our tradition, in the Vaishnava Sampradaya, onion and garlic has to be given up. Why? It is not because it grows below the ground. It is because it produces certain chemicals which trouble your mind, which will not keep you in Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna means mode of goodness, calm, peaceful, relaxed, capable of handling all situations in a very calm and relaxed manner. That is Sattva-guna. And in that state, you will be able to understand God. If I preach something to you, you will understand. Let's say you are very disturbed, very restless, and I come and say, can you chant Hare Krishna? He'll say, can you please get lost? I don't have time. The other person will say. Somebody is in a hurry. If you see in morning traffic in Bangalore, you stand in the traffic signal, let's say Silk Road Junction. I think it's the Asia's most congested junction. Now, I think it's relaxing slowly. But we have to understand, let's say that we are in that crowded, busy junction, and you go to somebody at 9 o'clock in the morning when they are going to office, and we say, sir, can you chant Hare Krishna? Sir, you know what is the goal of life? Why are you rushing like this? In your two-wheeler and four-wheeler, why are you rushing? Can you stop, relax, chant Hare Krishna? If you say, what will they say? Can you please get out? Can you please get out of my way? I want to go to my office. Will you give me salary by chanting Hare Krishna? No. This bullet train, many people had a problem that, bullet train is coming to India. So somebody came to survey in India, why India needs bullet train. And the person was taken to Varanasi. And he saw that people have a lot of time. See, in countries like Japan, people have no time. So to save time, they need bullet train. Like you have to go from, let's say, Bangalore to Mumbai. Okay, you have to go for work and come back. Then you need a bullet train because you have to reach Bombay in the morning. You leave in the morning 6 o'clock, you have to reach Bombay by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You finish your work from 10 to 6, leave at 6 o'clock, again you will come back to Bangalore by 10 o'clock. 4 hours journey, bullet train. Go and come back. Same day. It's possible. That is for a person who does not have time. But when he went to Varanasi, he saw that everybody has time. Everybody is free and they are praying so happily. They may be unemployed also, but they are praying very happily and peaceful. Then the person who came to actually structure this bullet train, he started telling that, does India really need a bullet train or does it need high-speed train? That's how this Vande Bharat concept came up. But still, there is a bullet train still getting constructed because people are becoming restless and timeless. That's why we see some attendance is reducing every month, year, week. It keeps reducing because people are losing time, having very less time. As it is, you have only 60, 70 years in this human life. And in that also, you don't have time to remember God. Okay? So, the eternal education, accurate understanding, removing reactions. So, how do you remove reactions? Anybody can say? Arjuna was afraid of reaction, correct? In the Bhagavad Gita, why is Arjuna saying, I will not fight? Why? He's afraid that if I kill, I'll get reaction. Correct? If you kill, will you not get reaction? In the present tradition also, will the government spare you if you murder someone? Will the law spare you? In the current tradition, no. So Arjuna is also afraid. If I kill so many people, what will happen to me? What will happen to me? Will you kill? No. So that is the same worry Arjuna has. That will I get reaction if I kill? Okay. So what is the third thing? Removing reactions. How do you remove reaction? First of all, you have to understand that who is giving the instruction. If the army chief is telling you to kill, you are in the Indian army and the army chief is telling, kill, shoot, fire. And you say, no, sir, I'm afraid of reaction. I will not fire. Then you say, Arey, I gave you so many years of training. I sent you to the border, Pakistan border, and I'm telling you to shoot. And you're telling I'm afraid of reaction. Then what will happen? He will say, so much of my time is wasted, effort is wasted, weapons are wasted to move this person. Say every month I'm paying salary to him. And he has gone to the border and is thinking, I'm telling fire. The head, the chief of the army is telling that fire. And this person is not firing. He's telling, no, I'll get a reaction. So you should know from whom you are getting that instruction to kill. So here the instruction has been given by Krishna. So he has to follow. Krishna is who? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the source of the entire creation. And Krishna is telling kill. And if Arjuna does not kill, then what happens? So you should understand what is removing reactions. Removing reactions means you should know in what situation will you get a reaction and in what situation will you not get a reaction. Okay. And also we have to understand that sometimes we feel that, we will renounce the work. For example, what was Arjuna trying to do? He said, I'll not fight. Okay. He was not willing to fight because he was afraid of reaction. But at the same time, we may give up the activity thinking that it is not important. But giving up the attachment to the activity is important. More than giving up that, you should do the activity. That's what Krishna is telling. Do the activity, but give up the attachment to the activity. Okay? You understanding? For example, you're a Kshatriya, you have to fight. But you should not feel that this war is happening and I'm the most important person here. If I fight, then it will benefit Krishna. That's why Krishna is telling, fight. No. The thing is, Krishna has given you opportunity to do service. Actually, Krishna knows the past, present, and future. But he's given you opportunity to fight. That's all. Okay. So this is removing reactions. And then the last one is sacrifice. Sacrifice means what? For example, a mother has given birth to a child. Okay. Now she is losing sleep because child is crying in the night. Crying in the night. Correct? And the mother is losing sleep. So is that a sacrifice? Will the mother say, no, she'll put the baby in the other room and she'll sleep comfortably in this room. You keep crying. You are born to cry. You sleep in the other room. Will the mother do that? Anybody's mother has done that to you? Yeah. So sacrifice means what? You should know that I have to sacrifice few things. In this world, you are existing, you are breathing. You switch on the AC, the government will tax. You will have to pay money to the electricity department. Hey, you are using AC. You switch on that water purifier. First of all, water supply also, to get water, you have to pay, right? Will the water department just give you free water? You have to survive. You are all human beings. You have to survive. I'll give you free water. Does the government give you free water? No. Free air? In free sikta hai. What are you getting free?
Air.
Free buses. But if there is no water to drink, there is no food to eat, and only bus is free. Is it enough?
Breathing.
First, you have to exist. So your body should be nourished to go to the bus. There should be somebody who is driving the bus. His body also should be nourished. He should have energy. Otherwise, he'll go in the center in the bus and collapse. No food, no water, no air. If I cut off the air supply, if Vayu Devata decides that I will not supply air, you didn't pay my bill. Government will do that, right? In government on the electricity bill kattilan, if you don't pay, they'll cut down the electricity. They'll say, why you need electricity? Pay the bill. Has Devatas done that to you? Has God done that to you? No. So how are you entitled to get that free of cost? Is it free of cost? Is it free? Because we are getting air, water, food free. Free means you may be paying some money, but still you are getting that facility. Arrangement has been given to you. You should not think it is free. It is coming just like that. When you are putting a mango seed in the ground, that seed becomes a tree, and from the tree again mangoes grow. Does it happen free without anybody's effort? Nature has already made that arrangement for you to survive. It is happening for free, but it is your duty to ensure that you thank, correct? Your parents are giving you free food when you were born for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Somebody has given you everything, free clothing, free food, free shelter, correct? They have protected you. That's why you are alive till now. Yes or no? Had they thrown you in dustbin or railway track? They have not done that. They have taken care. How will you show your gratitude? Once you grow up, how will you show your gratitude? By kicking, hitting parents. How will you show your gratitude? You have to thank, correct? Because of you, I came to this position. That thankfulness is not there. Okay? So we have to understand that sacrifice means thankfulness. So whatever facilities the Lord has arranged for you, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ. For example, you are seeing from your eyes, how beautiful I am. You are appreciating, correct? Who gave you the vision? If I switch off all the lights now, make it dark, how beautiful you are. Can you see? Will you be able to appreciate your beauty? Wow, I am so great. Will you be able to see? No, that vision has been given to you by Lord, that the sun, because of the sunlight, that vision has been enabled for you. You're able to see. Have you thanked the sun god anytime? Many people don't even know sun rises in the morning because they'll be still sleeping when the sun rises. But every day the sun rises, correct? So we have to thank. This is called sacrifice. How will you sacrifice? You have to express your gratitude. You should do prayers. You should thank them that I've got this facility. Okay, this is very important. So we'll go to the next slide. So today's chapter is about, we'll cover this chapter in half an hour. Don't worry. Okay. Stay in the world. Which chapter? What is the title of this chapter? Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So we are going to begin the action. First thing you have to do in this action is what? Stay in the world. What does that mean? Okay. Sanyasam karmanam krishnam, karmanam Krishna. All of you can repeat. Sanyasam karmanam Krishna.
Yeah.
Punar yogam cha samshase. Second. Yat shreya yatayorekam.
श्रेयतरेकं
Tanme bruhi sunishchitam.
तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम्.
Is it visible, the screen? Yes, okay, no problem. So, what you see here in the previous verse, what we discussed was, what is Arjuna saying? Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna is asking in this particular verse, in the previous verse, Arjuna Uvacha, who's speaking? Arjuna is speaking. Sanyasam karmanam Krishna, punar yogam cha samshasi, yat shreya yatayor ekam, tanme bruhi sunishchitam. So, basically Arjuna is confused. Should I fight or not fight? Should I renounce fighting? Should I give up fighting? Or should I fight? This is Arjuna's doubt. Valid doubt or not? If I kill, I'll get a reaction. If I don't kill also, I may get a reaction. Because I'll get killed. So somebody else may get a reaction. And because I'm a Kshatriya, I didn't fight, I may also get a reaction. And because adharma will be prominent, because of that also I may get a reaction. There are so many ways I'll get reaction for not killing also. There are so many ways I'll get reaction for killing also. So Arjuna is thinking, let me run away. So what does Krishna recommend? Can anybody read? Loudly. What does Krishna recommend? Loudly. It should sound like you had something for lunch and breakfast. Otherwise, you feel that you didn't have anything. Mataji, you're a student. You're the future of India. Tell me loudly. Spirit of renunciation in work, sannyasa in karma, but not renunciation of work. What does this mean? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಭಗವಂತನಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. I will not leave the work telling that let somebody else do it. I will not fight and take this karma. Let somebody else fight, let him take the reaction. No, that is not the objective. The objective is you will do the work. You will do the work. But in what spirit? I am doing it as service to the Lord. Like for example, doctor can have fear that, if I put this needle into this, if I cut this person's throat, he may be having some tumor and you have to cut his throat. If doctor starts fearing, if I cut this person's throat and if he dies, then what will happen? What should the doctor do? Can any doctor go and cut the throat because he has tumor? No, there would be a qualified doctor who's, for example, ENT. But ENT is ear, nose, and throat. Maybe a surgeon, ENT surgeon. He's qualified to do that job. But after going to the operation theater, if he starts thinking, should I cut this person's throat? If I cut this person's throat, what if he dies? Can you do that? You have gone, somebody has gone to the hospital. I can't say you have gone. Then you say, hey, you are praying that I should go to the hospital. No, let's say I went to the hospital. Okay, and some surgery has to be done. And the doctor came to the operation theater and he's thinking, should I cut this person's throat? Then I said, I paid so many lakhs to come here to the operation theater. And after coming here, you're thinking, should I cut this person's throat? Do something. Correct? So we have to understand that Kshatriya is supposed to fight, but he's thinking, should I fight? So that's why he has the doubt he's asking. So Krishna is recommending you should fight, but you should not fight thinking that. What should you think while fighting? That you're doing it as a service. So you should understand that you should not renounce the work. You should not give up the work because it is risky. You should do it as a service to me. So similarly, when a doctor goes to the operation theater, I'm giving you the real life example. If a doctor goes to the operation theater thinking that I am the protector of this patient, I have done 2,000 surgeries till today. So there is no chance that this person can die after my surgery. Can anybody guarantee that in this world? No. So what should he do? He should pray to the Lord that because of you. Even today, for example, Devi Shetty, one of the biggest cardiologists in Bangalore, in India itself, even before going to the operation theater, he prays. Why? Because not everything is in the doctor's hands. He has the skill, he has the knowledge, but will of the Lord prevails. If the patient has to die, nobody can stop. Mare Krishna Rakhe ke, Rakhi Krishna Mare ke. If Krishna has decided that somebody has to die, no doctor, no surgeon, no hospital can save, no insurance company can save. But if Krishna has decided to protect someone, you may be going in Alto, no star rating. Or you may be going in Omni, 0-star rating. Safety, I'm telling you. But the vehicle will go upside down, collapse, fall down from the thing, from the mountain. But still you will survive and come out. And you may be sitting in one Tata car, which is 5-star rated. And the boulder will fall on your head. But if you are destined to die, you will die. I saw one advertisement where they said it was about why you should believe in God. Somebody says, don't go in two-wheeler, you may die. Use car. And then some accidents posters of accidents are displayed in front of police station where cars have been crushed. So then they said, don't go in car, you may die. Use bus. Then there are so many places where bus has become upset and people have died. Then they said, no, you use plane. Sorry, you use train. Train is safe. Train accidents happen, people die in train also. You use plane also crashes. Then what is safe? Go by walk. Walk also people die. In Mumbai, one famous journalist, how many of you have seen coconut tree in Bombay? Coconut tree. Coconut tree. If you've gone to Bombay, you will not find coconut tree at least. You may be finding some useless trees on the road, but you will not find coconut tree so easily. On the road, one journalist died by coconut tree falling on her head. Just imagine, nobody will dream that coconut tree will fall on my head and I'll die. That person, that individual went for a morning walk. Just went for a morning walk. And coconut tree fell on that individual's head and the person died. So how you have to die is already destined. So don't think that there is a sprinter, runner. He's 114 years. He was still fit and fine running. Some car came and smashed him and he died just 2 days back. So tell me, what is the guarantee? Nobody has any guarantee. So why I'm telling this is, you should not renounce your duty. You should do your work. But when you're doing your work, you should understand that Lord is giving me this intelligence. Okay? So you all know what is Karma Yoga. Then you know Jnana Yoga. Okay? Now, what is Krishna saying here? That you should do the work, but you should not renounce the work. Okay? And then he further explains in detail in this chapter. He says Karma Yoga and Sannyasa Yoga are the same. Merely renunciation is difficult. Okay, and distressful without performing nishkama karma yoga. So karma yoga means I have some expectation. Nishkama karma yoga means nishkama means I have no expectation. Okay, then there is one classification here which is given. Can you all see the screen? Okay, there is one Rishi who is doing tapasya. So here you can see it is Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So what is Sankhya Yoga? Can anybody say what is Sankhya Yoga? Sankhya means numbers, correct? So what numbers? What is number yoga? Is there anything like a number yoga? Sankhya Yoga means you have to understand the elements of this body. Okay, this body is made of 24 elements. What are the elements? Anybody knows? It's there in your body. You don't have to think so much. Eyes, ears, nose. Huh? Then earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then the jnana indriyas, karma indriyas, all these things. Okay. So there are 24 elements in your body, which is because of which you are existing. Then apart from that, there is one higher element, the 25th element. What is that? Soul. Your body will have all the elements, eyes, ears, nose, everything. But there is no soul. What is the use of your body? Any use? Okay. So next class when you are coming, you should tell me what are the 24 elements, what are the composition of your body, 24. You should learn and come. Okay. I can tell you now, but it's very easily available. You can do some research. Okay. Why I want you to do that is you should know what is Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means analyze my body is made of what? 24 elements my body is made of. Okay. And the soul is a higher element. It exists temporarily in this body, but over a period of time it vacates this body. So the body is having value because of the presence of soul. Yes. The car has value because no, there is no driver. Only engine is there, but if there is no driver, there's no value. So the most important thing in the car is maybe the engine for the car to function, but there should be a driver to drive the car. Correct? Okay. So that is Sankhya Yoga. Then Jnana Yoga means what? The understanding between material body, which is made of 24 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, mind, intelligence, ego, and all the karma indriya, jnana indriya, all these things. Body, composition of the body, and the soul. The relationship between body and soul. Understanding that I am Atma, I am not the body. This is Jnana Yoga. So what is Karma Sannyasa Yoga? What is Karma Sannyasa Yoga? You know that I am not this body, I am soul. Then what do I do with this body? Karma Sannyasa Yoga means, Sannyasa means renunciation. Krishna said what? You should not renounce the work. You should renounce the attachment that you have for the work. You do the work, but do it as service to me. That is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Okay. So what are these three things? Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Karma Sannyasa Yoga. What is Sankhya Yoga? Analysis of this body. Analytical study of the body. That is Sankhya Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Sorry, what is Jnana Yoga? Jnana Yoga means knowledge between, understanding the difference between body and soul. Matter and spirit, understanding the differences. Jnana Yoga. Okay. Karma Sannyasa Yoga means karma means I'm doing my work. Sannyasa means I'm giving up the attachment to that work. What happens when you give up the attachment to the work? You know that I'm doing this work as an activity, but the result depends on the arrangement of the Lord. Arrangement of the Lord includes my law of karma. As per law of karma, if I am destined to be unsuccessful in this mission, I may be unsuccessful, no problem. It is the will of the Lord. But at the end of the day, I do the activity, keeping the Lord in the center. If the Lord wills, let this be successful. But if the Lord does not will, even if it is unsuccessful, it doesn't matter to me. Okay? So this is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Okay? Understood? Clear? Let's go to the next slide. These things are, blocking my vision. Okay. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Can anybody read? Perfect knowledge. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay. What is Nishkama Karma Yoga? I am not material body. I am soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. I want to render service to Him. Okay. And I will work in detached spirit. So here you can see pictures of Rishikesh Mafatlal and Srinath Ji and other. See, they have learned Bharatnatyam. But are they doing Bharatnatyam to impress the audience? You have learned some skill of singing. You're singing. Usually what people do when they're singing, they're singing so that people get attracted to the Supreme Lord. When somebody is singing, he's singing to attract the Supreme Lord, or so that people get attracted to Supreme Lord. He's singing so that. Mataji, what is your favorite song? ಯಾವುದು favorite ಹಾಡು? ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ. No favorite song. Anybody else has some favorite song? Let's say I'm a singer. Sometimes the singer says, no, please give me your choice. Your choice, whatever song you like, I'll sing. When I sing, you get attracted to the Lord. Then singer, correct? So what does that mean? I'm doing it for the pleasure of the Lord, or I'm doing it for my pleasure? Pleasure of the Lord. She's telling one song I have to sing. Tell me your favorite song, Mataji. Hare Krishna. If you're singing Hare Krishna, okay. But I'm talking about some movie song. Tell me your favorite. Don't say Hare Krishna. Then I'll say Dhamma Radham Mita Jaya. Okay. Bolo Sagusham, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Okay, tell me. Okay, you don't have any songs. I think she's in shock when I ask, can you tell me your favorite song? All songs are forgotten. Only Krishna I can remember now. See, this is the power of association. In the power of association is you are discussing about Krishna. See, your consciousness is fixed. Suddenly I asked you to tell me some favorite song. Maybe you're feeling shy also. But otherwise, you take some time to understand that, hey, what is this? So far, we have been discussing spiritual topic. Suddenly still tell me some favorite Bollywood song. You're not able to switch. This is consciousness. That's why if you're in the association of devotees, you will be in perfect consciousness. Okay. So Nishkama Karma Yoga means I render. Nishkama means I have no attachment to the work. Means I don't feel that I am the greatest doctor in the world. I have done 2,000 surgeries or 10,000 surgeries. So I am very confident that this person will get saved if I do the surgery. He feels that anybody who has learned the subject, anybody who has performed surgery, even if he has done 10 surgeries, see, the same doctor who has done 10,000 surgeries, there was some time he has done the first surgery, yes or no? And the patient escaped, or maybe the patient died. If the person stopped there, if the doctor says, no, I did the first surgery and the patient died, and if he stops, no, I'll not do any more surgeries, will he stop? If he's a learned doctor, he knows that this is not in my control. And if the patient survives, and if the doctor thinks, see, I have studied this subject so well that I operated this patient and he survived. Is that the right understanding? Whatever you have studied so well, the entire material nature is facilitating for every surgery of yours. Your intelligence is working that I have to pluck this organ, I have to touch this nerve, I should not touch that nerve. He's able to, there is one, there are some keyhole surgeries. Keyhole surgeries means you'll send a camera and then you're seeing on the big screen, it will enlarge that inner portion of your body and show, and the doctor knows exactly where to poke. Suddenly you see there is a power failure. I'm giving example, it will not happen. Suddenly there is power failure and the doctor is not able to see which portion I have to plug. What will the doctor do with all his intelligence? Can he do? So it is material nature which is giving that power to even the doctor or to anybody. That facility, that equipment, everything is functioning because of the Lord's intelligence. The Lord has given you that intelligence. With that intelligence you are operating. You should not think that you should work in a detached spirit. You should not think that this is my effort, my result. Okay. So we are not able to go to the next slide. I don't know why. And all are, Prabhu, you know why it is jammed. Okay, we are able to go. Okay, who is a Nishkama Karma Yogi? Can somebody read? Loudly, fast, otherwise this class will never end. Who are you? Who are you? Servant of. Do you believe that you are servant of God?
Yes.
Why? Why are you servant of God? Why? Why? Simple question. Devotee is supposed to be servant of God.
Has given all of
Huh. Okay. Why should I? Simple analysis. When somebody asks you this question, are you all servants of somebody? You are serving your family, country, government, tax. You are paying tax. If you are paying, don't think that you are not paying tax. You are buying some commodity. If you buy shirt also, you will pay tax. Okay, so you are paying tax somehow or the other. You are contributing, correct? So you are serving someone. Cannot say I am not serving anybody. You are wearing specs. You bought the specs. You paid tax for that also. And somebody is making the specs. You are serving his family by buying the specs. If you say it's okay, I have a short sight, I'll not see, no problem. I'm not going to buy specs. Then you are in problem. But if you buy some commodity also, you are doing some activity, some seva to others. Similarly, everything has been facilitated by the Lord. Then what is your duty? To thank that Lord. That is why they say that you serve the Lord as a servant. Okay, who am I? Who are you? Servant of Lord. Okay, next. What work do you do? Work allotted by God. What is the work allotted by God? We discussed Chaturvarnyam Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasham. Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya and Shudra. Brahmacharya Grihastha Vanaprastha Sannyasa. This is the classification. But unfortunately now many of us don't follow. So whatever work you are doing, offer the result of that work to the Lord. In the current scenario, ideally that is not the work which will develop your consciousness. But by offering the result of that work to the Lord, then slowly you will develop detachment. With detachment, you will understand that this is what is detachment. Detachment is understanding that this does not belong to me. This belongs to the higher authority. Who is that higher authority? I serve him by giving my, when some Janmashtami program is happening or any temple program is happening, why are we asking for donations? Because we are purifying that person's money. He does not know that he has to serve as master. No government can challenge this, that you should not serve God. If that government challenges, I'll have a simple question. Should a child serve his parents or not? Should a child serve his parents or not? When the child grows up, can the child abandon the parents? No. Then that parent who's taking care of you from your birth till your death, should you not worship that God? Should you not serve that God? It's taking care of even your parents, who's taking care of the entire nature. Should you not serve that God? Okay. So work allotted by God is already prescribed. But if you are doing something else, then you offer the results. But in that said, you cannot do adharma. There is karma, akarma, and vikarma. Vikarma means prohibited action. For example, chopping animals. You cannot chop a hen and say that I'll get 150 rupees per kg for this flesh. So I'll give 150 rupees to everybody sleeping. I'll give 150 rupees to you and one hen if you're like this. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೋಳಿ ಬೇಕು? Huh? So can you kill a cow, can kill a hen, make some money and give it to Krishna? Is it okay? Okay. Why? Anyway, it's you're offering the results to Krishna. Is it allowed? Can I kill your child? No. Then how can you kill Krishna's child? Is it allowed? Just imagine. You have 5 children. I'll tell you, anyway, you have 5 children. Let's kill one child. Is it okay? Entire creation belongs to Krishna. How can you kill something else which you didn't create? Can you create one hen? Can you give birth to hen? No. Then how can you kill a hen? Can you give birth to buffalo? Cow? Can you give birth? No. Who gave birth? That particular species has given birth. So you have no right to take. Okay? So you should not kill. Killing is prohibited. That's why killing is prohibited. Okay? Next. How do you do the work? You work hard with sincerity, dedication, and to the best of your ability. So this is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay? Eliminate the feeling of I did it. Okay? What is I did it? Because of me, this class is happening. Imagine if I was not speaking here. What these people, poor people in Nagar would have done. I did it. Correct? Did I do? Who gave me the intelligence, strength to speak? Remember, who gave? You gave? Lord gave. You gave me the opportunity. I'm sitting in front of you. You're sitting and hearing. You can sleep also, but you're hearing. That I said because some people are sleeping, so that I can wake them up. Okay. Then we can't do anything on our own without God's sanction. There are many uncertainties in this world. So eliminate the false ego, the feeling that I'm doing, the doership mentality that because of me this is happening. That is doership mentality. And work as a faithful servant of God. So now everything you're doing for God. Okay. You're doing for God, right? You said, I am doing this as a service to God. Then what is the motivation? I am not getting anything. Everything I offer to Krishna. What is the motivation? Everything you're offering to the Lord. Then if I don't do also, it's okay. What is it? Anyway, I get nothing out of it, correct? You are studying, you will get a certificate, degree. And after the degree, you offer it to Lord. Your salary, you offer it to Lord. Then why should I do? Anyway, nothing is mine. Why should I do? Should I do? Should I do or not? Why?
You get pleasure.
Purification of heart. Okay. You feel satisfied. So you pull the ratha of the Lord. Did you feel happy? You are cooking and feeding. You are cooking and feeding prasadam. Do you feel happy? Yes. So purification of heart. Then everything is ultimately done by God. You have taken birth here by your choice, by your will, or was it an accident? Accidentally you took birth? No. For a purpose you took birth. You took birth for a purpose. Okay? So everything is ultimately done by God. You took birth, human life. You could have been born as a buffalo. Correct? You took birth as buffalo. Human being. Why? Did it happen by chance? By choice? No. It happened as per the law of karma. So there is a very good construct of this entire creation, because of which you have taken human birth. Okay? So everything ultimately belongs to God. Next. The feeling that I am not indispensable, you should give this up. What should be the motivation of work? When you are working, you should know that even if I don't do, can somebody else do? Yes, if I don't do, Krishna will put somebody else in this position. Don't think that Janmashtami program will not happen if all the 30 people here are not doing any seva. It will happen. Don't think that if this person is not there, nobody will do this. Krishna will enable somebody to do it. Your college, you don't go. Will the college stop functioning? Your teacher does not come to college. Will the college stop functioning? Your principal does not come. Will it stop functioning? Bus driver does not come to drop students. Does it stop functioning? No. Everything goes on. If I'm there or I'm not there. So I'm not indispensable. In other terms, very simple. I am dispensable. Dispensable means I can be easily replaced. Okay. Next. I'm not helping God or others. What should be the motivation for work? Am I helping God by doing some work? I'm doing service. I'm not helping God. My job, my duty is to serve the Lord. When I'm thinking that way, that is my motivation to work. Mother is motivated. Mother thinks that this is my duty to take care of child. Does the mother think like that? How many mothers thought that you should take care of your child? It is my duty. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ತಾಯಂದಿರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು you felt that I should take care of my child. It is my duty. How many of you felt? Everybody felt? That's why your children are now grown up and doing their all this stuff. You also grew up because of this. Okay? Did you feel that, I'm helping somebody by giving? No. Okay? So that egocentric, that feeling that because of me this thing is happening, it is I who did it, that has to be removed. Okay? Next. Performing Nishkama Karma Yoga. One second, let me just shift it down. Okay. Performing Nishkama Karma Yoga frees one from bondage. What is bondage? The feeling that this is mine, this is my property, this is my activity, I did it, only then it works. That feeling gives attachment, which means that what is attachment? Attachment is directly linked to your consciousness. If you feel this is my building, and somebody comes by accidentally, some vehicle was passing by, there was a stone on the road. The stone came and hit your vehicle, hit your glass, building glass, and the glass broke. And you're fully attached. You start fighting with the other person. Yeah, you have the right to ask that, please repair it and give. That's okay. But at the end of the day, you should understand that this is happening. There are so many buildings in this road. Why it happened only on my building? Do you think like that? Why it happened only with me? When something bad happens with me, I never think that why it happened with me. It didn't happen with 100 other people. It happened with me. Why? So the most important thing is attachment, because I'm fully attached. And attachment gives rise to your consciousness. When you are attached to something, my son, my daughter, my family, my house, my this, my mic, my mobile, this attachment, what happens? It develops your consciousness. When you're detached, automatically your consciousness is also detached. So practical application is one, in knowledge understands his incompatibility with material nature. If you get attached to this body, if you get attached to your family, you get attached to everything around, at the time of death, just imagine you have so many things You have to give up and go. Nothing is yours, correct? It's very easy to say. But when somebody asks, Prabhu, how much money you have in your pocket? You don't have nothing. Very good. You're renounced. How much you have, Prabhu? Eshti, how much money you have? 500 rupees. Give me. It's renunciation. No, I'm just telling you. Okay. Prabhu is trying to remove. But what I'm telling is, at the time of death, it will snatch away. Death will snatch away everything from you. At that time, hey, my purse. Can you say, hey, I don't want to die now. My insurance, my family. Will you do? No. So practical application is one in knowledge understands his incompatibility with material nature and thus acts for purification unattached to material results. You understanding? You act for purification more than attaching yourself to that. You do the same activity in such a way that it pleases the Creator, pleases the Lord. Because I'm going to leave this place and go. My consciousness has to be clean. What should I think? I should think about how I get rid of this chakra of birth, death, old age, disease. So then, if you are attached to something, then you have to come back again to enjoy it. Correct? You are attached to your bungalow, car, house, this building, then you have to take birth here as cockroach because you already finished human birth. So you'll see lizard, cockroach, something will be roaming here. Because earlier in this place, somebody has stayed. It was not Prasadeshwar Prabhu is not staying here from 200 years or 2000 years. Somebody was staying here earlier, correct? So that person was very attached. My land. So then, as per my consciousness, I have to take birth in my land. So I became lizard, cockroach, housefly here in this building. So you have to be careful how you are attached. Okay. Next, characteristics of Yoga Yukta. What are the characteristics? Let's see. Never entangle. Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Vichitatma Jitendriya. Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma Kurvanapina Lipyate. Doer yet not doer. This should be your mindset. When you're doing any activity, you should think that I may be doing, but I am not the doer. There is somebody who's facilitating this. Okay? Who's facilitating? We will see. Okay, so we will just. So there are some examples which are given here. Earlier, the kings, okay, they used to rule the kingdom with the mindset that they have to serve. Today, the kings are ruling with the mindset that I have to be served. For example, you become the prime minister. I'm not telling current prime ministers like that. I'm telling you become the prime minister. What do you expect? You feel that, yeah, I got the #1 position in this country. Everybody, there will be a green corridor wherever I go. Everybody will welcome me. They expect. But you go to one small child and the child will throw stone at you. Child does not know that this is prime minister. Does the child know? So 5-year-old child is playing in the road. Suddenly prime minister is passing by. And the child will think, okay, nice. Let me throw one stone. Is it possible? So we have to understand that I'm in a particular position. But that position, I am assuming that this is a position of power. That's why the prime minister always goes with security. Or anybody in position, in power, always needs to keep security. Because not necessarily that everything around me has to function the way that I want. Okay. So earlier kings, whatever they used to do it as service of the Lord. Means what he used to do. King Gaya, there was a king by name Gaya. What did he do? He gave protection and security to all his citizens. He ensured that there is sufficient food. Then what else is there? Please read the underlined ones. He used to distribute good gifts to the citizen to satisfy them. Today, do you get all these things? Are you getting 100% protection and security? Are you getting sufficient food? You are working. If you don't work, will you get? Yeah, there is some food security policy in India. I'm telling sufficient food. Distribute. Does the king come and give you gifts? My dear, you are the citizen of this country, so let me give you some gift. No. He calls for meetings and he asks. See, nowadays you see many ministers are doing these things. Why? Because the kings in the past, they used to do this. So they have imitated that. Okay. He would also give them some good instructions. This is basically a sign of detachment. So what the king was showing, Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas, Tatta Deve, whatever people in power, Shreshta, those who are famous, Those who are famous, whatever they do, others, common men, they follow. So whenever somebody who's in position of power, people learn from that particular person. So that's why when the king is showing by example, now for example, when the king, for example, Narendra Modi, he goes to Varanasi or he goes to Ayodhya, he goes to some temple and worships. What do all the people, the subjects of this country, what do they learn? They feel that, okay, we should also practice religion, there should be religiosity. Then, when there is a sense of religiosity, automatically dharma will be protected, holy places will be protected, holy people will be protected, culture will be promoted. Yoga, there is yoga which is happening, Yoga Day, World Yoga Day, correct? So our culture is automatically promoted. So if it comes from the top, and if let's say somebody who is the king on the top is uncivilized, he keeps drinking, what will the people who are seeing him, what will they learn? Do you think they'll learn good culture? I'll give you a simple example. For example, parents in the house, daily they are drinking and sitting in the house. What will children learn? They'll learn Bhagavad Gita. They'll follow, they'll see their parents and learn. Okay? So similarly, kings used to set examples in the past. So why we are telling all this is kings used to set example because they understand that they are governed by law of karma. And also they understand that when I'm doing any activity, I should do it as service to the Lord. Okay? Next, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Means I have no benefits. I'm not expecting benefits. I give away everything for the satisfaction of the devotees or the subjects or anybody else. Okay. Next, for any activity that you do, there are three doers. Any activity you do, what are the three things that are important? Let's see. Okay. First one, what is it? Somebody should be there to do the activity. Correct? For example, I gave you this example. You want to eat, what is your favorite food? What is your favorite food? No food. I don't want anything. I want to be renounced. I will not eat rice. Rice, favorite food. If you ask me, I'll say ice cream. Anybody else? Gulab jamun. ISKCON's favorite food is gulab jamun. Prabhupada introduced gulab jamun first. So, gulab jamun, you want to eat. Today you want to eat gulab jamun, all of you? Provided it's there. I don't know whether gulab jamun. So, the most important thing is, what is this? What is the picture here? If I say gulab jamun, what came in your mind? Atom bomb. Or gulab jamun. What came in your mind when I said gulab jamun? You are able to imagine gulab jamun? If I say rasgulla, what is the color of rasgulla? White. You are able to imagine. Correct? Are you able to taste? When you see advertisement, Cadbury's Dairy Milk, and there is some flow happening. Chocolate is flowing from the mountain, and somebody is drinking that chocolate, and they say Dairy Milk celebration. Why? Because the senses are getting attracted. Correct? So there is a desire that chocolate will be so tasty. They are creating that desire. Yes or no? Dairy Milk means very tasty because you've seen the advertisement. Similarly, when I'm saying rasgulla, I'm saying gulab jamun. You're already imagining there's a desire I should eat gulab jamun. Correct? No, somebody should make gulab jamun. Just thinking that I want to eat, is it enough? I want to eat gulab jamun and sleep. Somebody should make gulab jamun. It should also be tasty. If I put salt in gulab jamun and give you same gulab jamun. Sugar syrup, instead of sugar syrup, I make salt syrup and make gulab jamun with salt and give you. Take Prabhu gulab jamun. Does gulab jamun say that it should be sweet anywhere? I'll make salty. But what is your expectation? Desire is that when I put, it will melt in my mouth and it should give sweet taste. Correct? That feeling is there. Suddenly you put in your mouth and you get salty taste. What happens? Your desire is destroyed. Okay? So you have to understand that the jiva desires, we are all jivas, we have desires. Okay? Material nature has to facilitate. You can see here. Material nature has to facilitate. And the super soul has to sanction. For any activity that happens, there are three doers. Who are the three doers? There is an initiator. The 13th verse of the 5th chapter says there is an initiator, there is a facilitator in the 14th verse, and in the 15th verse it says sanctioner. So any activity you do, there are three doers. Who are the ones? There is an initiator, means there is a jiva which desires. I want to eat gulab jamun. I want to eat ice cream. And there is material nature which facilitates sugar cane is there, sugar is processed into sugar. Somebody is there to mix, he's using his intelligence, and somebody has made gulab jamun. And the jiva desires, the material nature facilitates, and the super soul sanctions. You have to be at that place. You have to either pay for that gulab jamun or somebody has to give you that gulab jamun. So there should be a sanction that you have to get. There are so many people walking on the road. Everybody will get gulab jamun. So who has been sanctioned, he will get. So you decide, I want gulab jamun. Okay? Material nature facilitated. Somebody is making gulab jamun and super solar sanctioned. Okay. Your wish will be fulfilled. You will take gulab jamun. But beggar on the street, he is also having desire. You will be eating gulab jamun in front of him. Tasty. You are looking at that beggar. He is wanting, I also want gulab jamun. He is wanting. If you feel that, yeah, no, he's feeling, I think I should give him one gulab jamun. If you have a good heart, maybe you'll give. But then that realization should come within me that I have to give. Who is giving that realization? The Lord. The Lord is giving that realization. There are so many people who will be eating ice cream, gulab jamun, and walking from the road. There will be beggars, and they just ignore. And the other person may be having desire, I want. But who's sanctioning? The Lord is sanctioning. Okay. So there are three doers in every activity that you do. You don't think that you came to this place by accident. You desired that I want to know about spirituality. I want to know about God. You desired. And material nature facilitated. They bought this building. All the devatas coordinated together. Somebody's intelligence was, the Lord gave somebody intelligence that this facility can be used in the service of devotees. Otherwise, there are so many buildings in this road. There are so many people who own buildings here. Why? They didn't get that. Because sanctioning is not there. Desire also may not be there. Not everybody is desiring. Everybody is desiring for money. Money will give honey, happiness. That's what they feel. But that's not the case. During Corona also, many people had money. Many people had desire. But did it work? There was restriction. Control your desires. So, Muhammad Ali, boxing heavyweight champion, he said once, I'm greatest. And he came to a stage in his life where he was not able to lift a cup of coffee. So material nature can actually make you very, very weak and helpless. Helpless. You may think that, I have desire, I'm great, I'm doing that, this and all. But over a period of time, material nature has the ability to make you weak and helpless. Okay? Similarly, what happens when you think that you're in control of everything? You can see here, people are completely disturbed. You can see this. People are in depression. Many people are trying to work hard, achieve many things. But in the process, the number of admissions in the hospitals are increasing. Number of departments. See, earlier when I was a child, I used to see nursing home. Some 4 or 5 departments were there. Today, department of ABCD, XYZ. So many things are there, There will be one wall only of different departments. Some meanings you will not even understand. Why? Because of desire. This desire is complicating our life so much that finally I try to satisfy my desire. When it does not happen, I end up in depression or I get distressed, worried, not satisfied in life. That's why you don't see happy faces. That's why when we say chant and be happy, they say, how can you be happy? By chanting Hare Krishna, you will be happy. Prabhu? Agata, Prabhu? Agata? Are you happy now after chanting Hare Krishna? Swarpa Paravagila is telling, okay, there's some little bit of improvement. Actually, there is complete improvement. The problem is when we are chanting, we are not paying attention. You see, your life has taken a U-turn. Your life has improved completely. But you are not committed. If you are committed, you see the complete result. Because in spirituality, there is no loss. Okay? Next. So India today is having a lot of stress and many things because people are feeling that I am the doer. And they don't understand this basic understanding that there are three doers for every activity. What are the 3 doers? What are the 3 doers? Any activity, ನೀವು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿದ್ರು 3 ಜನ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, 3 ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. What are the 3 activities? First, ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಸೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. I want to do. The desire should be there. Second, the material nature should facilitate. If you have to come to this room, you have to walk on your legs. Can you walk on somebody's leg? ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು? ನಿಮ್ ಶರೀರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ರು? ಈ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಿದೆ. Who gave you that intelligence that in this class, in this building, class is happening? Who's giving that intelligence? So you have desire that I want to learn Bhagavad Gita. But if there is nowhere, nobody is teaching Bhagavad Gita, where will it be fulfilled? So the Jiva desires, the nature, material nature facilitates, and the super soul sanctions. Okay? When you don't have that understanding, what will happen? You enter into depression, worry, trouble, because you desire. ನನಗೆ ಆಸೆ ಇದೆ. I have a lot of desire, but my desire is not getting fulfilled. ನನ್ನ ಆಸೆ ಪೂರೈಸಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? I'll be worried. It's not happening. And then you see that, your classmate or your neighbor is able to fulfill that desire. And I want to eat gulab jamun, but I'm not getting it. And my neighbor gets it. And he is eating daily gulab jamun. Then what will happen? You will feel God does not exist. I'm not getting. He is getting. Somebody else is getting. Today's world, what is social media? What is all this reels? People are making reels for what? They want to be happy. They want to show that, be like me. Be like me. That's why they want. That dislike option has been disabled now, if you see. In many of the platforms, there was one dislike option. Only the like option is there. Because when you see, let's say 10,000 people liked your video. Yes, you are doing great job. And 50,000 people disliked your video. Horrible job. You are not good. Then what will happen? I will not upload any video. I don't want videos and all. Because people are not liking. How can they not like me? So the cause of all this, the root cause of all depression, suffering is all because of unwanted desires. And also, there may be a desire, and when the desire does not get sanctioned, then you feel this is suffering. I enter into depression. But you should understand that you should also be eligible. I want to become a fighter jet pilot. Can I go and just take the pilot and take off from the HAL airport, Bangalore? I'll go. There is one F-16 aircraft parked. Fighter jet is parked. Can I just go start the plane and go? My desire, I want to fly the plane. Is it allowed? Or you say that, you want to go from Bangalore to Delhi. You don't have money, but I want to go in flight. Will they allow? He says, sir, actually, I don't have any money. Nantra duddilla. Please, nange Delhi tanga drop madbidtira. Will you go and ask Indigo Airlines? They'll say, okay, fine. Jiva desired, material nature facilitated, we have aircraft, super soul sanctioned, let's take him. You should be eligible. Material nature facilitating means, nimatra duddhi irbeko, nimatra buddhi irbeko, that I have to go to this place. Everything is given by the Lord. Today, people are not able to understand that if I'm not getting something, it is because of my own incapability. Because in the past, I have not done tapasya. I have not done enough tapasya to get that facility. If you would have done enough tapasya, you would have easily got that facility. But today, if you are not getting some facility, it is because you are not eligible to get that. Okay? Next. So we are in the last portion of this chapter. And the mouse is not moving for some reason. Okay. So, what should be for a person who's self-realized, what are the symptoms of a person who's self-realized? Here it is given in this particular verse. Can you all repeat? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Cheva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Okay. So we are in which chapter? Fifth chapter is everybody knows. But what is the topic? Karma Yoga. Okay. Now we also discussed Sankhya Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, then Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay. Now we always said that somebody should be detached. We should be detached. We are trying to develop a sense of detachment. So how will you say develop the sense of detachment? First, you should know that I am not the doer. Okay. Next, you should know that I may desire, but fulfilling that, material nature may facilitate and super soul has to sanction. This is the second understanding of detachment. First understanding of detachment is what? I am not the doer. Second understanding is I may desire, but I may get the facility, may not get the facility. It is completely dependent on the Supreme Lord and the material nature that He has created. Next, in Nishkama Yoga section, next, there is this verse very clearly saying, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Who is Pandita? Pandita Samadarshana. You can see this verse, this line. Samadarshana. Who is the sage of equal vision? Pandita Samadarshana means a person. You can see here. What is this picture? What and all are there in this picture? What and all do you see in this picture?
Guru.
Brahmana, okay. Elephant, dog, loudly. That's all. So there is, this person is a sage, okay. And what is he able to see? He is able to see elephant. He's seeing that there is a Mahat who is taking care of the elephant. There is a Brahmana, there is a cow, there is a dog. But is he seeing them as different animals, human being? Is he seeing like that? Or what does he see? Pandita Samadarshana means he sees soul in every body. For example, you see an ant in this room. Will you stand the ant? You are more powerful. But then why don't you stand the ant? Because you know, this is also Jiva. This is also living entity. Like you know, you have a truck, you are driving a truck and somebody is going in cycle. Will you just run over that person? Anyway, useless fellow. He's simply riding on cycle. Waste. No use. Will you ride over that person? No. Why? You are not seeing the cycle. You are seeing that there is a human, there is a person, there is a soul, there is a Atma. Otherwise, you can hit the cycle. Cycle will cry. Cycle will die. What will happen to the cycle? Nothing will happen. But you are seeing that somebody is cycling. That person is very important. The Jiva who is on the cycle. For that reason, what do? You make sure that you don't touch the cycle. So you may be in a bus or a car or you know maybe in a bigger vehicle, but you know that you should not touch. You should not hurt. You should not harm. Yes? Then same principle should be applied at other places also. So this is Pandita Samadarshana. So what is the first level of detachment? When you are doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, first level is what? I am not the doer. Second is?
Desire.
You should understand that I may desire. But sanctioning it's up to the will of the Lord and the material nature. Okay. And the third one is you should be a sage of equal vision, which means that in everybody you should be able to see a soul. Then what happens? This anger, greed, lust, all these things will not arise. For example, we both are studying hard, okay, or we both are working hard, doing the same business. You are able to afford a Mercedes Benz, and I'm still not able to buy one bullock cart, or I'm not able to buy one two-wheeler. If I see you, I also think that, hey, we both are doing the same work. How come I am not able to afford? Because I am not eligible. A person who has the vision, a person who is trained in spirituality, he understands that, see, he is intelligent. He can understand that, see, we both are doing the same work. But he is successful. He is successful because he is eligible to get that success in this life. And I am not eligible. That is why, despite my repeated attempts, I am not becoming as successful as the other person. Just imagine you apply this in the current generation, in schools, colleges. You apply this knowledge. Will there be any suicide? Will there be any jealousy? Somebody is getting first rank. Government has to now remove the ranking system. Government has to remove the ranking system because there is discrimination. First rank, second rank. Somebody is working very hard, but he is not able to get first rank. And he is getting 7th rank. And he'll be so worried. I worked so hard. This fellow was roaming around in the cycle. He was enjoying his life, watching movies, and he got first rank. How? And depression, worry. I failed. Somebody does a chartered accountancy course, level 1, first attempt, misses. Somebody does a NEET course, does not get an entry. He commits suicide. Why? Competition, the fear of failure. If you give them this knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, that I am not doer, I should not be attached. If it is sanctioned, I will get. And I should be person of equal vision. If somebody else is getting, I should be happy that this person deserves it. If that kind of vision is given to everybody, what will happen? Will the society not be a better place? That is why spiritual education is very much important. So in the beginning we said eternal education. This is eternal education. When you are educated in these matters, you will not enter into depression and suffering when you lose something. Because you know that I don't deserve. I put effort, but I didn't get, which means I don't deserve. Okay? So if a doctor is, let me ask you a question now, okay? Doctor does surgery. First patient dies. Second time it does surgery, second patient dies. Should the doctor give up? What should he do? He should kill the third person. Third patient also he should kill. Then what should he do?
Yes, to make it right.
He can learn, but he should continue with his profession and he should take guidance. That's why there is a role of spiritual master. So there is somebody who is expert. You may be not good in understanding God, but then there is a person who can teach you because he is self-realized person. Okay. Similarly, you have to understand that first we spoke about what? In the path of Nishkama Karma Yoga, first we spoke, I am not doer. Second is, I have desire, but facility is provided by material nature and sanctioning is done by the Lord. Third one, I am a person of equal vision. I see everybody as a soul. Now here, along with that, there are some activities that I have to do. Means, if for any activity to be successful, I should engage my services or engage my senses in the service of the Lord for the activity to be successful. Okay. I may think that, let me not engage. But if you see here, this is Nalakuvera and Manigriva. What happened to them? They were the sons of Kuvera and they were deep into sense enjoyment and they were cursed to become trees. Similarly, all of us, we are trying to enjoy our senses. When we go for a movie, we are expecting pleasure. But after seeing the movie, we didn't get any pleasure. When we are trying to drink, what is happening? We are trying to give pleasure to ourselves. But at the end of that activity, are we getting pleasure? Temporarily, you may get some pleasure. Watching movie 2-3 hours you may get. Is it consistently staying with you? No. So you should understand that your senses should be engaged in the service of the Lord. If you engage your senses in the service of the master, automatically you will get pleasure, what you are supposed to get. Okay. So now, basically in Nishkama Karma Yoga, there are multiple stages. One of the things is, Krishna also recommends about in the yogic ladder, there is also Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana. So there are different stages of Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. The rules and regulations are basically given to you so that you can control the urges of your senses. If your senses are controlled, automatically you will be able to understand the matters of spirituality. Okay. So I was telling about Ashtanga Yoga. So Krishna recommends Ashtanga Yoga process. But Ashtanga Yoga, after Ashtanga Yoga, your senses will be in control. But once the senses are controlled, you're supposed to focus on the Supreme Lord. See, ultimately, all the yoga process, yoga means what? Connection to God. So any yoga process ultimately should be able to establish connection with the Lord. So here we discussed about the stages of bhakti. First one was different stages of yoga we discussed. What is that? First one? Jnana Yoga. Before Jnana Yoga? Sankhya Yoga. Analysis. After Sankhya Yoga? Jnana Yoga. After Jnana Yoga? Nishkama Karma Yoga. Now, above Nishkama Karma, when you're doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga comes in that. Because you have to establish sense control. And after you establish sense control, you have to establish relationship with God. That is called Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So, how do you reach from Ashtanga Yoga to Bhakti Yoga? The last verse of this chapter says how you can reach from Ashtanga Yoga. Once your senses are completely in control and you're focused on the Lord, that is a meditative state. Okay. But then higher than that is Bhakti. How? Because Bhakti means you realize that the Lord is supreme. The enjoyer of every activity is the Lord. So the proprietor, the controller, and the enjoyer is the Lord. Anybody who understands that the proprietor is the Lord, the controller is the Lord, and the enjoyer is also the Lord, he is the sage of equal vision, and he is the one who is able to establish himself he is able to establish relationship with the Lord. So this verse, can we all repeat? Bhokta Ram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutana Natva Mam Shantim Rakshati. So who gets peace? Jnatva mam. Who gets peace? Jnatva mam. Shantim rachati. Peace formula. Okay. Those who want to have peace in this world, what should you know? Bhokta. All the activities that you do should be ultimately done for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Whatever you do, yajna, tapasya, whatever you do, offer it to the Supreme Lord. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Who is that person to whom you have to offer? Yajna tapasam. Bhoktaram. Who's the bhokta? Who's the enjoyer? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. All the yajna and the tapasya that you do, who's the bhokta? Who's the enjoyer of that? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. The Supreme Lord is the enjoyer of that. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Suhridam means well-wisher. Sarva Bhutanam. Are you well-wisher of all the living entities? Are you well-wisher of all the living entities? How many of you are well-wisher of all the living entities in this creation? Please raise your hand. How many of you are well-wisher of all the living entities? Please raise your hand. How many of you believe that Pakistanis are very good people? You love Pakistan. But Krishna's creation, Pakistani people who are in Pakistan are also Krishna's creation. So Suhridam, Krishna says that I am Suhridam Sarva, I am the well-wisher of Sarva Bhutanam, all living entities. So I don't discriminate because everybody is my creation, part of my creation. Jnatva mam shantim rachati. Who attains peace? A person who understands this, that I am the creator of this entire creation. I am the well-wisher of everyone. I am the benefactor of all your tapasya. I am the benefactor of all your yajna. I am the bhokta and I am the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am the creator. I am the enjoyer. Anybody who understands this will do service to me and renders all his action in service to me, and he attains peace. Jnatva mam, that person attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So you will not suffer. If you should not suffer, you should understand that I am doing everything as a service to the Lord. And if the Lord is pleased, that's enough for me. It's not that for my satisfaction I'm doing something. Okay, so we stop here. This was about Bhakti Yoga. In the next class, this was about Karma Yoga. So we summarize, stay in the world. Why did we say this? Revision of this chapter, stay in the world. There are sections in this. First is stay in the world, which means that you stay here in this world and do the activity. In what context? Arjuna was supposed to fight, but he was trying to give up the war. But Krishna says, you should fight, you're a Kshatriya. Okay? But in what spirit you have to fight? You should fight in the spirit of renunciation. You should understand that I'm trying to satisfy my Lord. This is the instruction from my Lord. So I'm trying to do it. So I will fight. That is first. Stay in this world. Do your activity in service to the Lord. Second, there are three doers. Every activity that you do has three doers. You are not the doer. You are the desirer. Ase. But who's the doer? You have the desire. The material nature has to facilitate, and the super soul has to sanction. And once the super soul sanctions, equal vision. A person with equal vision. We are talking about what? In this particular chapter, we are talking about Karma Yoga. When you are performing your action, you have to understand that there are three doers. After that, you should also have equal vision. For example, you did some activity, and the activity did not yield a result which you want, or it yields a result which you want. You worked hard. You wanted to become the first rank holder in class 10 in Karnataka. You became. Okay? So you should thank the Lord because everything worked in your favor. You should thank the Lord. But at the same time, you failed. Can you say that Lord did not help me? No. So you should understand that I should understand that in all circumstances, it is the will of the Lord which works and also my karma. And similarly, when I see that others around me are succeeding, when things are happening better with others, then I should understand that he deserves. I should be a sage of equal vision. I should be able to see that he deserves it, so he got it. And I have not done that enough penance and tapasya to get that. Okay, that is a person of equal vision. Next, peace formula. Once you understand that everything, that Krishna is the proprietor, Krishna is the benefactor, and Krishna is the enjoyer, then you will be satisfied. Any activity you do it as the service to the Lord, you will be satisfied. So that's why the last verse was there. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam jnatva mam shantim gacchati. That's why in our daily life, whenever we are doing any activity, you see how I can do that activity in service of Lord. Can now somebody tell me what are the daily activities that you do and how you can engage it in the service of the Lord? You should understand that we spoke about 4 yogas. What is that? First one what? First one was what? First one was Sankhya Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, then Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, we spoke about Nishkama Karma Yoga, and the last one was in Karma Yoga, in Nishkama Karma Yoga, there is also Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga allows you to do sense control. With sense control, it becomes much easier. For example, your senses are roaming freely. How can you focus on the Lord? So sense control is very important. And after you achieve sense control, you should be a person with equal vision. You should understand that Krishna is the ultimate benefactor of all activities that you do. By doing this, every activity that you do becomes successful. How it becomes successful? It may fail, but since you have done it for the Lord, it is the Lord's will whether it has to be a success or it has to be a failure. It is the Lord's will. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll stop here. If any questions, you can ask.
Tell them.
Okay, so who's controlling though? We can stop. Maybe you can end the session here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop this one.
Oh,
Stop sharing.
stop sharing.
Just announce that we are ending.
Okay, so we are ending this session.